What's up, guys? Welcome back to Golf Simulator videos. Well, I might have come across the best golf simulator add-on so far here in the GSV studio. So if you're not familiar with how many shots and the percentages of each club you take per round, about 40% of your shots are putts. And let me tell you, that's something that probably raises my score more than necessary, and so I'm always looking at something that I can do to work on my putting. Well, in a golf simulator, it's something that sometimes people don't take seriously, and they should. You know, putting has become so good on so many units, especially like the GC Quad or Quad Max, like I'm going to be showing you today. Also out at their new cool Terra Itty Golf Club, which is the #2 course in the world they just added. I figured, why wouldn't we use that to show it off? But the star of the show today is this Putt Aim Laser putting trainer. So this is a relatively low-cost device that you can actually add inside your golf simulator and really heighten the experience and training that's available for putting inside your golf simulator. I'm going to show you how I integrate that here in the GSV studio. First, I figured, why wouldn't we do a quick unboxing? So it's a pretty simple package overall. You'll see that it comes in some nice packaging here. There is a how-to video card that comes right on there. You can scan the QR code and watch the how-to video, so feel free to actually scan that on the screen right now if you want to, and check out the how-to video. But you know, the nice part about an aid like this is that it's so simple. Okay, so they actually have the tips and drills QR code when you open it up as well. Comes with a really nice case. So actually has a handle on it, and it's a quality case as well. So if you're going to take this out to the course, and we'll talk about that as well. So this isn't just for a golf simulator. I mean, this is for anywhere you're at. And so that's why I think the value actually really can stand out for users, is that you know, you can use this inside your golf simulator, then take it out to the course, because basically what it is a super high-powered laser. And I'll show you a close-up here in just a second. I want to show you everything that comes inside the box. This is my first time opening it, so you'll see that I've got kind of wrappings and everything going everywhere, but I like kind of showing it how it is. So this is a charger for this high-powered battery that it uses. There's the battery right there. They said that if you go with like a 4 or 5 hour charge, then you should get up to like 5 hours of use, I want to say. But here's this high-powered laser. That's the star of the show, okay? Now the first thing that they tell you is to make sure you watch their safety training video, because high-powered lasers are dangerous. You don't want anybody, you know, looking into the beam of the laser. But the overall setup of this is very simple, and I'm going to charge the battery all the way before we do our you know, first look video on how I integrate this thing in. But it's super simple how this thing sets up. So let me grab the base out of here and set the laser down. So basically, you're going to take this down at the bottom of the base. And what's also interesting is I thought this was like plastic. This is actually aluminum. So this is a high quality aluminum. You don't have to worry about, you know, breaking a piece of plastic or something. You know, that's surprising that they chose that. Just being a nice high quality piece that has some weight to it. So obviously it would hold itself to the ground as well, so you don't have like a high wind coming in, possibly blowing it over or something if you're out there in the wind, which would kind of be cool to see how, you know, a ball essentially could be affected, you know, with the wind. So from there, this screws in to the base here. All right. Very simple. And then this slides in like this. And then what you have going on here is the laser actually points down to the ground like that. All right. Here's your power button. And you adjust it for the length of the putt that you need. All right, and I can kind of show that in action here in a little bit. But super simple to get in place. I'll get that completely set up. Looks like I actually have to adjust the base just a little bit. Once you tighten the top, you're going to actually want to tighten the base at the bottom as an easy way to straighten it out, and then you're good to go. So let's do this. Let's charge the battery up all the way, and then I'll integrate it here inside the GSV Studio, show you how you can actually use this inside your golf simulator, and we'll even talk about how you can use it outside as well. So the Putt Aim Laser Training Aid, excited to show you guys. Let's go ahead and get it set up. All right guys, welcome back inside the GSV Studio. We have our Putt Aim Laser Training Aid all set up. As you can see, how cool is that, having that laser going right down from ball to cup. Now, it's very bright inside the GSV Studio. I have these spotlights coming down. I can turn this light off just real quick so you guys can kind of see. I mean, it looks better in person. You know, the camera's never going to be able to do, you know, the justice for how bright the laser is. But I noticed that my little dot that I have down there wasn't centered, because you can run the laser so easily down the room and see what's square. So talk about a visualization. Now, my mat doesn't roll perfect. I noticed that the ball can drift sometimes. Even my turf isn't perfectly level. You're talking about 10 years of just wear and tear. It might be time to consider, you know, maybe returfing the studio if I want a perfect roll down there. But it's all about having the visualization of knowing my aim point and getting it to start, you know, going towards the hole. And you could even turn the laser off and use it as a cup if you wanted to. Only thing I would say is if you're hitting it with the laser on, the laser can move a little bit. You might want to attach it down with double-sided tape or something. But one thing I did miss was this little device that it comes with where you can put your ball inside and draw lines. It's kind of just a nice little tool that they give you. Wanted to point that out. And then also there was a battery inside the unit. So that's 2 batteries it comes with. All right, which means probably 8+ hours of use. So if you're a coach, should be all day. I hope you're not putting that long. My back would probably give out. But let's hit a couple putts, show you guys how this works. I'll try to keep them rolling as smooth as I can, but like I said, it's pretty tough inside the GSV Studio. But the visualization, looking down there at the laser inside of the cup aim point is just fantastic. Now that was about as good as it gets. It went inside the laser. I'm looking at my quad. I pulled it just a tad left and I watched it enter just the left. Now, when I hit that, because I don't have mine down, it moves the laser a little bit. So like I said, if it was something you're looking to permanently put in, you might want to have some way just to kind of get it you know, to attach and not move. But if you're just using it as a training aid, just make sure it's square every time. It's no big deal. The laser goes right over top of the ball. You can align the laser to the line on your ball, whether you're drawing them or using one that's non-existing. I mean, how cool is that? All right, see if we can get another one rolling. I mean, the ball drifts sometimes. It's the facts in my studio, but like I said, the visualization of this is just fantastic. Now see how that one drifted a little left? That's what I get sometimes. I was only 0.4 to the left on quad. Doesn't mean that that doesn't make it drift a little bit, but I watched it start down the line. And that's really the visualization that I want when I'm training. Whether I'm taking this outside, whether I'm using it inside the studio, you know, it's just really nice to have that visualization, and just so easy, and you're not spending thousands of dollars. I tried to actually get that one pushing a little bit right, and it looks like when I try to push it a little bit right, it started perfect, then drifted a little bit to the right. So that's interesting, because this shows I was actually square, and that ball still drifted a little bit to the right. So you're going to have to understand that if your turf doesn't roll perfect, kind of like mine does, you're really working on your starting line. All right, and just pay attention to the ball if it moves on your turf. Not a big deal though. Yeah, see? So, and you can see the ball actually enters more to the right. That ball pushed and it entered more to the right. So it just depends if it drifts post. You know, I have a little bounce there and everything, but the facts of life is, if you have something like Quad Max that I'm looking at right now, I can have the visualization and line up. And then if I'm lined up perfect, which you can also take the Quad Aim stick and lay it right on top of the laser, so you know you're locked into that aim point, which is another benefit. All right, let's go ahead and see if I can get one rolling straight in there again. Bam. So it just shows you that I can still get it in the cup and get it inside the Putt Aim cup as well. Now, like I said, every time that I'm actually hitting it, I just want to make sure that it's square, depending on how hard I hit it. But really cool to know that, you know, I can use this even without a perfect rolling scenario, because it's all about the visualization. We'll hit one more for you guys. Right in the putt aim, right in the cup. And I think a lot of it has to do with if I hit a very nice strike on the putter face, then the ball is starting maybe to skid versus launch. You do have launch angle, and I noticed that was 0.1 on Quad Max, and the other one had a higher launch angle. So I think a lot of that has to do with how my ball is bouncing coming off of the turf. So gonna have to pay attention to that depending on, you know, how you're using this. You know, you might say, hey, well, why did that drift off of the line? Well, did it drift off the line because you launched the ball in the air and it landed and skidded offline? So there's a lot to learn from this. If you're out on a perfectly flat putt, or you have your turf where it rolls perfectly flat, I would always make sure that I'm starting it on the line, you know, knowing that the first couple feet, and that's kind of the visualization that I'm getting when I'm standing over the ball here. It's really great. And this wasn't even a perfectly flat putt. I mean, it was real close. You can see how it moves a little bit right, a little bit left, a little bit right, but I tested it over and over to make sure it was, you know, relatively very straight. So, I mean, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what you think. Are you using any, you know, training aids for putting inside of your golf simulator? I perfectly honestly think that this Putt Aim Laser training aid is just an excellent add-on for a golf simulator, and I hope you guys agree. Let me know what you think in the comments below. As always, stay tuned. There'll be a lot more coming soon.